Hi, my name is Cambry Simpson, and this is a presentation on breast milk for the class Anatomy and Physiology taught by Professor James Cummings. So, breast milk contains many micronutrients containing carbs, protein, fats, lipids, um, and it's based on a few different compositions depending on the mother's diet, her environment. And most breast milk can be found with a deficiency of vitamin D and K, and oftentimes needs to be supplemented. It contains some growth factors, including EGF, IGF, one half, VDGF, EPO, among many other things, and includes molecules such as magnesium, iodine, copper, zinc, etc. Depending on the color will um, give you a better insight into the current composition. Um, it could be found to be clear, blue, yellow, green, pink, uh, even reddish containing blood, or black or brown depending on medications. Interesting folklore includes people once thought that human breast milk was sterile and connected to the creation of the cosmos. Um, Ancient Greeks and Romans believed that the galaxy was actually created through breast milk. Um, it is also seen as a symbol of divine power and thought to be a source of the mother's physical and emotional traits. In Egypt, the goddess Isis, was found nursing her son Horus, and that represented divine life. Current medical advances include immune cell reprogramming. Researchers have found a natural protein in breast milk that fights HIV. Gut microbiome sculpting studies have also shown that human milk oligarch saccharides act as a populace for healthy gut bacteria. Maternal health indications. Breast milk now serves as a way to diagnose mother's body composition. It is also used in cancer treatment. Hamlet, human alpha lactalbumin made lethal to tumor cells, triggers apoptosis in tumor cells and leaves healthy cells unharmed. It is also known as a way to support chemotherapy because studies have shown that the sugar in breast milk can actually relieve an upset stomach, and it prevents neck, which is a condition that often ends infants' lives. And the oligarch saccharides and microbiome components and mucosal integrity help eliminate this intestinal condition. The toll it takes on a mother is contains a few things regarding energy, bones, hormones, and discomfort. For energy, it consumes about 25% of the mother's daily energy, which is equivalent to walking 7 miles. Breastfeeding also burns between 500 to 700 calories per day. In terms of the woman's bones, loss of calcium from both bones and teeth. Mothers lose between 3 to 5% of their bone mass during lactation, which is approximately 200 to 400 milligrams daily. The calcium is restored within 6 months. For hormones, there is an increase in oxytocin, a decrease in dopamine, which can trigger feelings of depression or nausea. And then, in terms of discomfort, oftentimes breastfeeding is accompanied by cracked or tender nipples, breast engorgement, and leaking. In terms of breast milk composition, it is kind of cool. It actually changes multiple times throughout the day, throughout the feeding, as the baby ages in response to diet or illness. So at the beginning, um, The milk is what is called fore milk, and it's watery, and by the end, it is hin milk, which is creamy and calorie dense. Depending on the time of day, it may contain melatonin, and in the morning, it contains cortisol for alertness and metabolism. Early in life, the colostrum has immune boosting proteins. The level of protein shifts from digestion to energy. If the baby was exposed to a virus, the body produces custom antibodies, and the mother's diet influences the fats and flavor of the milk. For some of the psychology behind breastfeeding, for the mother, it releases oxytocin, provides reduction in postpartum depression, and decrease in cortisol. For the both of them, it is hormonal bonding. And for the baby, it provides a sense of security and regulation, sensory development in terms of taste, um, feel, and smell. And it also helps in behavioral and sleep regulation. Breast milk has been found to lower risks in infants for pneumonia, diarrhea, ear infections, asthma, type 1 diabetes, SIDS, and many more. Lactating mothers do have legal rights. They are protected in all 50 states, DC, and US territories. They have a right to breastfeed in both public and private locations where they are authorized to be. And breastfeeding women are exempt from public indecency or exposure laws. In terms of breastfeeding or formula or versus formula, um, cons for breastfeeding include the time commitment. It could be impacted by the mother's diet, medications, and supply constraints, or even physical discomfort. Um, Formula cons are lacks antibodies and immune boosting properties, can be expensive, requires prep and washing and sterilizing. The pros include flexible, convenient mother's dietary freedom, predictable measurements. But the best part is they could be combined depending on your work, family needs, flexibility, or even pediatric concerns. Breast milk outside of infancy has gained popularity and can be used as a holistic remedy for skin conditions like eczema, insect bites, burns, eye wash, and skincare products. And expired milk can even be used in baths and to treat acne. In terms of breastfeeding pumps, there are a few different ones on the market. As you can see by this image, there are manual, there's electric, there's ones that you can wear in your bra so that you can be hands-free. Depending on your lifestyle and what you prefer, there's probably a pump that is best. Something that I found extremely interesting was adoptive mothers can actually breastfeed their adopted child. Um, it involves pumping every day for 2 to 3 hours to stimulate the release of milk producing hormones. Um, it is also accompanied by pills such as estrogen and progesterone to develop glandular tissue in the breast. And some mothers accompany that with natural herbs such as fenugreek and blessed thistle. But adopted mothers rarely produce a full milk supply, so most supplement with a small bag worn near the nipple to allow the baby to suckle and bond. These are my references, and I would like to thank you for listening to my presentation. Take care.